So what I did is I gave each commissioner, boards and commissions, I assigned 3 or 4 to each commission. They interview the people, they recommend them to me, and then I put them forward to the council for vote. I put forward every single person that the commissioners have recommended to me forward for vote. They put their neighbors, their friends, their campaign managers on the boards and commissions. I haven't said anything about it. They did the interviewing. They went forward as a recommended choice. The way the process works is I send a memo to the entire council 2 weeks before the appointment. These are the people that I am putting forward, although they're really coming from my council. And if you have any questions, please call me. We can discuss it before a vote. I've probably done appointments of about 5% of all the boards and commissions. We had 4 openings in the summer last year, 3 for community events that were having a quorum issue problem, and 1 for the police and fire board. I interviewed 4 people, or interviewed people for those 4 spots. I got those 4 people together and told them I was going to appoint them. I sent a memo out to the council for 2 weeks, said if you have any questions, please let me know. And we've had discussions before because some commissioners have had problems about somebody going on the board. We went and I had a call from Commissioner McConnell. She wanted to go to lunch. I went to lunch with her. She did not like my appointment for the police and fire board and said she'd vote no. That's fine. We've had some 6-to-1 votes. We show up Tuesday night to the council meeting, and remember that on Mondays, the mayor and the mayor pro temp meet with the village manager. And part of what we had implemented about 6 months earlier was more communication amongst the mayor and mayor pro temp and council members. So Mark Tully, he calls 2 commissioners. I call 3 of them, see if there's any questions that they need for Tuesday night. And then we try to get additional information they want from staff. I talked to my 3. Commissioner Tully talked to his 2. Just by chance that week, I talked to the other 2. So I talked to all 5 of them. Nobody had a problem except Sue McConnell. We show up to the meeting that night, and all the 4 people, like all boards and commissions, are in the audience, ready to be appointed. Some may have been there with their families. Mark Tully makes the motion. Nobody else seconds it. To the shock of myself and Commissioner Tully. Then as we started figuring out what happened, Commissioner Schnell, well, we decided before the meeting that we weren't going to vote for the person. And I said, you had an open meeting, violation of the Open Meetings Act? Well, then she came out and said, oh no, we discussed that Sunday night. We called around and found out that they pre-planned it and surprised it on us at the council meeting. So that got me frustrated. I mean, I'm out there trying to do the work for the village of Downers Grove. All you had to do was say, I'm not voting for the person. I'm not going to put somebody in front of the council and embarrass them. I put every single person that they wanted on their boards, their neighbors, their friends, their campaign managers. Here I come forward with 4 people, and they embarrass them and vote them down. So I said, you know what? This current ordinance that we have states the mayor brings forward the appointments. That's what you want to do. You want me to go out there and start from scratch and interview every single candidate and then put forward the mayor candidate's choice, let them vote on it, and so be it. The ones that voted no, I fired the board members. Probably shouldn't have done it that way because you know, it created a lot of controversy. But it's frustrating when you're trying to communicate and work together for the best of Downers Grove, and then you come to find out they pre-planned something to surprise them on Tuesday night, TV, and not put somebody on board. The memo was out there for 2 weeks. And again, we've done that consistently for 7 years. And there's been some times where, prior to Commissioner Sandak getting on the board, where we've actually gone and discussed council members' problems with a certain person that one council member wants me to put on the board. And again, I get blamed for the ones that get on and ones that don't get on. I put forward every choice that every council member gives to me. They do the interviewing. They're the ones that either maybe lack of or some do extensive interviews. They interview, and they recommend them to me, and I put them forward. That is what happened with regards to firing the boards. Was I wrong in doing it? Probably. It's probably one of the mistakes I made. However, I'm trying to work for the best interest of the village of Downers Grove, and to have some, plans and subplots on the side that are just done to embarrass people, quite frankly, is not good. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Another question. Well, Andy, I just want a quick response because the short answer to your question, Mr. Stark, was he overreacted. The short answer was he abused a loophole, and he explains and rationalizes why he did what he did, and maybe there's something to it. I'll give you my side of the story if anyone really wants to hear a long story. But the bottom line is, a good leader doesn't use a loophole in a rule to act out and gain by way of retribution some measure of revenge. That's an abuse of power. That's not a good sign of leadership. That's an inappropriate use of the mayoral gavel and middle seat. If the mayor was mad at me, and by the way, he wasn't mad at me at the time because while I didn't second the vote, I didn't know I was supposed to, I told him I'd be okay with his appointment. So he fired the 4 people who he said conspired. Remember his story when he said Sue McConnell told him in a forthright, I'm not gonna back this person. I don't believe he's qualified. What did he do? He fired her boards too. So it wasn't just those who conspired, it was those who had the forthrightedness to say, I disagree with you, Mayor. And she got the wrath of losing Human Services and the Events Commission. So there were 15 or maybe 10 people who volunteered their time and efforts to the village and no compensation other than they loved their community. They were rewarded with, get out. It's abuse of power. It's not the right person to have in the middle chair.
Wally Brown got a question back there.